Good day everyone, here we have a basic snap fit box or enclosure. It consists of two parts, the base and the cover. Let me zoom in. There are 4 teeth on the wall, and they will bite the grooves that are printed on the cover. There are a few things that I discovered while experimenting with snap fit designs. First, we must consider the flexibility when placing the teeth. For this model, we need to avoid placing them too close to the corners, and in this design, I placed them at a distance of 10 mm. Second, we also need to add some gaps or slack. The amount will depend on the accuracy of your printer, but for me, it works fine with a gap of 0.4 mm. For the record, I used a 0.4 mm nozzle with a 0.2 mm layer height. Third, tighten the snap fit by directly or indirectly moving the tooth away from the contact surface, so it will pull the groove and the cover part. Now let's try to assemble this box. I put the parts together like this and then pushed. As you can see, it goes well. And now to separate the parts, I use this scraper. Insert the tip into the small gap, then pry it open. Overall, it holds just fine, so I think this design can be applied to many snap fit enclosure. This is how the design will looks like. It consists of 2 parts, the base and the cover. And now let me change the view, this one, hidden line. So we can see that there are 4 teeth here, which is on the base part, like this, okay? And then there are also 4 grooves at the cover, which the teeth will bite into. So now we will design from scratch, and as usual, file, new, design. Okay, for this one, let's start with a rectangle with size 80 by 40 millimeters. So it's 80 by 40, yes. And then let me click this one, the offset curve, and we will add thickness. So I just double click this line, and then we will add 2 millimeters. Okay, and then I will click this one, pull, and I will pull this one as the base, 2 millimeters thick. Okay, and then for these walls, I will pull or extrude by, let's say, 20 millimeters. Okay, now we have this base shape. We will add the cover or the top part. I will copy this one, click here, and then press Ctrl C on the keyboard, and then press Ctrl V. So now we have a copy of the surface, and click this one, move, and we will move this one up by 20 millimeters. So we have that copy surface here, but we will add some more gap here to make allowance with the base part. So I will type in again 20.2, meaning we have 0.2 millimeters allowance, like this. Okay, now we will extrude the cover part from the surface, and then click this one, pull, and extrude by 2 millimeters. Okay, now we have this base and cover or cap. So let me rename the parts, base and cover. Okay, and then we will add some features for the snap fit mechanism. But first I will add some walls to the cover so that it will fit in nicely, not running everywhere. So let me hide the base. Now we have the cover, and I'm clicking at the inner side, and then I press K on my keyboard and V. So we have this view, and then I will double click this outer line, and then click this one, offset curve, and we will add not 2 millimeters but 2 millimeter with gap 0.4. So this one will be 2.4 millimeters. And then after that, I will double click this one, the inner rectangle, and add 2 millimeters. This one will be the inner wall. Okay, and then I will click this one, pull, and then we will rotate a little so it will look something like this, and click this one, and we will add, let's say, 5 millimeters. Okay, so now if we print or we take a look at these two parts, it's going to fit nicely. It's just not snap fit yet. So let me press K and show you how it looks like. Something like this. Okay, now we will add the snap fit feature, which first we will add the teeth, or 4 teeth in this case. I will hide the cover, and then we will add some teeth at this wall. So I'm pressing V on my keyboard and K, so we have this view, and we will add a rectangle here. But okay, sorry, first I will click this one, line, to make some distance from this corner. So I'm going to move by 10 millimeters. Okay, so meaning 10 millimeters is here, and then I will click this one, rectangle, and I'm going to make that the line before that as a reference, and then move a bit here and make a rectangle with 10 millimeters wide and 2 millimeters high, like this. And also we are going to do the same from this side. So I'm going to make another line as reference. Okay, so here, and then a rectangle just below that, 10 by 2. Okay, so now we have these two rectangle, and we will change this one to become tooth or teeth. And to do that, we will click this one, 3D mode. Okay, and then rotate a little, and we will pull this to surface. But before we do that, let me copy these two rectangle to the other wall so we don't have to make a new one. And to do that, I will press Ctrl C on my keyboard. So I press Ctrl and then select all of them, click one by one, and then press Ctrl C and then press Ctrl V. So now we have these two copies at the left side at the structure. You can see two surface there, and then click this one, move, and then click this arrow. Okay, and then I'm going to press this one, up to, or you can also press U on the keyboard and click here. So we have the copy of the surface at the other wall at the same or similar location. And now we are going to make the tooth. Let's start one of it first. Click here and then click pull, and then I'm going to pull by 1 millimeter. Okay, but as you can see, the sides is perpendicular. It's impossible to print easily, and also it's impossible to do as a snap fit. It will not fit nicely, it will stuck. So we are going to click here and then going to use this one, the chamfer, and then we will do a 1 millimeter chamfer. So meaning we extrude 1 millimeter and add 1 millimeter chamfer. We'll do the same for the other side. Okay. Anyway, you can also use another method which is also easy to do. We can click here at the one of this triangle, and then press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then move to this side. Press U or click this one, up to, and I'm clicking this line. Okay, so we have the copy of this triangle, and then pull, press U again, or this one up to this one. So we have a copy of, sorry, so we have the same teeth or tooth design at this position. Okay, now we will make the same thing for the other wall. You can use whichever method is easier, but for this, let me just do the first method. And to do that, I press Ctrl on my keyboard and click one by one, and then extrude by 1 millimeter. And then again, I click at another area, so we will escape from the selection, and then press Ctrl again, and then click these two lines. Okay, and then use this one, chamfer, and then pull and type in 1 millimeter, and also the same thing for the other side, chamfer 1 millimeter. Okay, now we have the 4 teeth ready for the snap fit, and now we will need to make the groove where the teeth will bite in on the cover. So if I'm clicking here and then press K and then V, and I'm showing the cover. So now we have this teeth which is ready to bite at the cover, but still we don't have any groove here. And to add the groove, we are going to use a simple method using this one, the combine tool. And to do that, I'm clicking this one, combine. Okay, and then I'm going to select the object that we will cut from. So meaning at this condition or at this scenario, we are clicking the cover, and then as you can see, there's a handsaw icon, and we will use this handsaw icon to click on the cutting solid. So in this case, the base, which has the teeth that we will use to cut a groove from the top part. Okay, done. So now let me show you. So I just click select, and I will show you how it will looks like. Okay, the base part will stay the same. So if I hide the other solid, as you can see, the base is the same, but now we will hide the base and show you the cover. So this is how the cover will looks like. There's some groove here, also at the other side, and this is the remaining cut solid. So we can just delete or ignore this remaining solid which already cut out from the cover, but for this case I'm going to hide it first. Okay, and now if we take a look at the cross-sectional view, it will be like this. So I press K, V, and then this is the base. So as you can see, this is the tooth and this is the groove, but it still has no allowance or gap, and we will add 0.4. There are several methods, but we are going to use the simple one. So I'm going to click this one, 3D mode, and hide the base, because we are going to enlarge the groove to make allowance for the contact or snap fit. So I'm clicking this one, and then okay, you can press Ctrl first and then click the surfaces that you want to move, and then move to the side. Wait a moment. Move to the side by 0.4. Also the other side, same thing, 0.4. Also for the sides of the groove, this one also by 0.4, and click somewhere else and then press Ctrl and then click on these two surface and move by 0.4. Okay, done. Now for this side, it's already done, and we need to do the same thing for the other side. So let me do the same thing. Wait a moment. So now we have this groove which already enlarged by 0.4 at each side. And now let's take a look at the cross-sectional view. So wait, let me select at this surface. Okay, V, and then okay. So we have this shape now. This is the base with the teeth or tooth, and this is the top with this groove. But we will need to pull tighter, so meaning that we need to move the teeth to this direction away from the contact surface, or we can also move this groove away from the connection or the snap fit, so meaning on toward the contact surface this way, or we can also add some thickness at this edge, whichever method is possible. But for this one, I will just move this teeth away to this direction by 0.2. So wait a moment, let me hide the cover and we will move the teeth. So 1, 2, and for this one we'll move by 0.2 and do the same thing for the others. Okay, so this is how it looks like. The teeth will bite onto the groove and pull it to this direction, meaning that the allowance that we give will have more space at this area and less at this area, meaning that it will make some pull to the mechanism or to the snap fit. Let's compare to the first one. So let me change the view, display, shade it. Yes, a similar design, but okay, let's add also some feature like this rounded corner for the tooth to make it more easy to slide in the cover, and also we'll add some more curve here or maybe chamfer here. So let me move to the design. Okay, let me hide the cover first and press okay, design 3D mode. We will add some rounded edge or corner to this one, so pull, we will round by, let's say 0.4. Also for this side 0.4. Done. And then we will also make it more easy for the cover to slide in, so I'm hiding the base and showing the cover, and we will click here and also here, and then click this one, pull, chamfer, and we'll add, let's say 0.8. okay, now we will add some more finishing touch. So let me click here and then press K and V. So we have this view. We will cut away some part that's not necessary for the cover. So in this case, I'm going to make some rectangle to cut away the part that's not needed. I'm clicking this one, rectangle, and then I'm going to make a rectangle here and also here and here. Okay, and then click this one, 3D mode, and I'm going to select that those surfaces, so I can just click here, and then okay, I will also need to select this one, so I'm pressing Ctrl on my keyboard and then click this one, and this one, then click this one, pull and cut, and then cut like this. So we have this shape, meaning that for the groove it only need this amount of plastic. So we cut away some area or some part of this design. We can save some material, and also it will add a small amount of flexibility for this groove part, meaning it might be able to give just a slight possibility for it to bend inward and makes it easier for us to assemble with the cover. So wait a moment, let me show you how it looks like for the cross-sectional view. So I'm clicking the surface and then press K, V, and like this. So we have this design now, and I'm sure you can design by yourself for a SNAP FIT case or SNAP FIT enclosure. Anyway, you might want to add some rounded corner for this kind of design. So let me add to mine. I just press Ctrl and click all these corners, and then click this one, pull, and move away by 2 millimeters. And now for the remaining corner, wait a moment. This one, press Ctrl, and this one, and we'll make a round by 2 millimeters. Okay, done. And this will be the design that I will share to Calc 3D, so you will be able to download and use as a reference if you want. By the way, I forgot to add that for the cover or the top part, you will need to flip upside down for the 3D printing process, especially if you're using an FDM printer. And you don't need to add any support for this design. So it will be like this. Okay, that's all for SNAP FIT enclosure. I'm sure you can design with your own specification, dimension, and so on. And hopefully this tutorial or this video will be helpful for your next project. That's all. Thank you and have fun. Have a great day. See you in the next video. Bye.